Hey guys! I was gonna do the intro. Hey guys!
One more time.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I was gonna do the intro.
Sorry. Ladies first?
Welcome to our YouTube channel. We don't have a thing yet that's like...
But anyways, welcome, because the most important part is that you're here.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
So,
welcome back. Okay.
Today we're gonna go over something we think is very important.
Super important. Especially right now.
Especially during a quarantine when there aren't access to film crews and, you know, there is a deep desire for footage and content that is online, and we're gonna go over how to film yourself at home and make it look interesting.
Okay, so basically, in layman's terms, we are just gonna go over how to film at home, but spruce it up a little. And I would like to say, we are gonna typically in our videos go through some like more complicated examples that Corey will be doing, and more simple, less complicated examples that I will be doing, because he is a cinematographer and I am an actor and writer. So
you know what we're saying? Basically, you don't need 20 years of experience in the film industry to do these at home.
Exactly.
But some of them might help if you do have that experience.
Yeah, that's great too, but you don't need
huge population of you that do have it.
Who do you know? How do you know who our population is?
No, that's a joke.
You don't know.
No.
So you know what? I'm sorry. Ignore him.
First things first, find something sturdy to put your camera or cell phone on. You know, traditionally, if you're working with a camera, you can put it on sticks.
Tripod.
Or tripod, as they call it. I think the best way to do it, because you can easily adjust it going up and down, you can get the right angle, you can pan from side to side. Ideally, what you want to achieve here is, you know, a sturdy base so your phone doesn't break or your camera doesn't break, but also adjustable so you're not like, you know, at the disposal of your cabinet, which is way up here, and you're like looking down at this thing and you look like a tiny person, or, you know, on your counter in your bathroom and it's looking directly up and it's just an unflattering angle. What you have with your tripod, or, you know, whatever you use, something preferably adjustable, even a light stand would work. You don't need to go out and buy $10,000 crazy like wheeled geared sticks that you'll see with, you know, you don't need to do that.
Links, but there's a ton on Amazon that are inexpensive.
You buy at $20 on Amazon.
Yeah. And you have tripods also for your phone. So if you don't have a camera, you can't afford a tripod, you can't afford a ring light, that's okay. Do not worry. You can always hold your phone, selfie mode type thing. You could prop it up on books. You could put it on a shelf. You could put it, what else did we put it? I put it against my laptop. Just make it easy, and just know that no matter what you have, no matter what your budget is, you can film at home and make it look cool. So that's first step. Mm-hmm. Second step, you want to have good lighting.
Yes.
Lighting.
It's been proven a cajillion and a half times that if you have good lighting, it doesn't matter how good your camera is. You know, you could put a cell phone with great lighting and it'll look better than an Alexa with no lighting. Promise you that. Cheap ways to do lighting, throw yourself in front of a window in the middle of the day.
Don't like throw yourself where you harm yourself.
That's true. Don't do that.
Just
place your body
in front of you.
Yes.
And make sure that the light is in front of you, to either side of you, but that it is always in front of you and not behind you, because then you'll be very dark.
Exactly. We don't want a silhouette, because your phone specifically, or something with an automatic exposure, which just means that it chooses how much light it's letting into the sensor, will pick on that way blown out window, and then you're just going to be in dark silhouette because it's not exposing for you, it's exposing for the window outside. So put it in front of you, and then it'll expose for your beautiful face that is being covered in light. Pro tip with the window, if you have sheer curtains or something like that, put that in front of the window, so that's acting as a barrier between the direct sunlight, the curtains, and your face. That will make it softer on your face and more pleasing.
You can also, you don't have curtains, that's okay. You could take a sheer white sheet,
Hang it up.
Hang
Exactly.
it up, get creative. I've used thumbtacks. I've used hair clips. Trust me, I've used it all.
Boom. Exactly. Another pro tip, if you don't have either of those things and you live somewhere that has clouds, shoot when it's cloudy out.
Yeah, you don't want direct sunlight.
Direct sunlight, especially in the middle of the day, doesn't look too good. A lot of shadows. It's not beautiful. I promise you that. On a more pro level, not really that much pro, but a ring light. Megan is the queen of the ring light.
Oh, yes. So I love ring lights. I have one. I've used it forever. It is, now they've gotten like very inexpensive compared to a couple years ago. Go on Amazon. We'll put links below for an example of one that I have. They're starting anywhere from like $40. You can get small ones for your phone, like mini ring lights that are even less than that. So super inexpensive, and they just do a great job at like just highlighting your face and making you look a lot better, especially if you're using your phone. There's 99% of them have a placement for your phone in it. So you can just put your phone right in there. If you have a camera, you can put your camera in front of it. I've done both, and those also work really well. And then you can film at night if you have to with a ring light.
And the reason it looks so flattering, it's used for a lot of like beauty shoots, like beauty tutorials and everything like that, is the ring light wraps around your face, which gets rid of shadows. Shadows typically, when you're thinking of beauty or something like attractive, add to maybe an aged look, add to wrinkles, add to blemishes. But if you're just, had this circle around your face of beautiful soft light, boom, you're gonna look gorgeous.
Yes, gorgeous. And a lot of the ring lights I just ordered a new one, and it came with a more like orange, more yellowy, softer light, which was cool.
And by yellowy, the more scientific way is called tungsten.
Oh my God.
There's multiple kinds of, and I'll go over this way more depth later, but there's multiple kinds of white lighting. So the most typically used ones are tungsten, which is more yellow, and that's going to be in like household fixtures, or daylight, which is has more of a blue tint to it. There's a radius that goes from 2000 or whatever. It goes on a Kelvin ratio.
Okay, cutie, come on.
I'm going way too far into this, and I'll stop talking now, and I'll go over that later.
Next on the list.
Next on the list is adding a little bit of color with lighting. So as you can see behind us, it's purple, which is very cool.
He's obsessed with these lights.
I'm absolutely obsessed with lighting. It's called Phillips Hue. Super cool. You control all these lights with your phone. It goes through a bridge, which is connected to your router. It's called Phillips Hue. Link in the description. As you can see right here, there's a little purple coming down, and that's not from the desk. That is from...
Oh, here we go.
So this little light is super cool. It's called an Aperture MC. Yep. And I control it with my phone, but you can also control it, change the colors and stuff with this wheel, which is super cool. It's only $90 for this little guy, which,
this is like we're saying, like if you have some extra cash to spend.
Exactly. You want to spice it up.
You can get that, because that little light, it's small. You're like, why would I spend $90 on that little light? It's actually very, very powerful, and it could put...
It's battery powered.
And it'll make the whole area look like that color.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, Philips Hue, how much is that?
It ranges. So basically you got to get this thing called a bridge. I think it was like $40 to control it all. And then each light, you can get a regular like socket light. Those are around like $40, $50. They're always on sale. Sometimes you can get them cheaper. What we have behind the desk right now is called a strip. And those are, I think, like $50.
Okay, so you're talking like also 90-ish. You don't want to spend money. There are different backdrops that we can get that are very inexpensive. You can even use a sheet. I've done that before. I've ordered several from Amazon. We'll put the links below. But I've ordered a glittery background. I've ordered a white brick background, a red brick background, a green screen, which we'll do a whole other tutorial on green screen because that's a whole other thing. Basically, you could get a whole bunch of different colors, backdrops. You could buy a cheap stand to put them on, or I've also, like we said earlier, you could just tack it up with thumbtacks, which I've done as well. So if you want a cool colored wall, you just, you know, or, you know, you want to spice up your video, you could just do part of it with just your white wall.
If you do white, or you're shooting against a white wall, you could use a light like that aperture one.
Oh my God.
And bounce it off the wall to spread it out, and then you got a cool whatever color you want wall.
Okay, I'm just giving them an easier,
Right.
less expensive
I'm just saying,
example.
and then on top of that, you could do that. Next on the important list is audio. Audio's huge.
Audio's huge.
We can all agree. If you watch a bad video with good audio, you'll probably still watch it if you're interested in it.
Yeah.
If you watch a good shot video, a good video with well shot video with bad audio, you're going to turn that shit off because that's going to be super annoying. The basic way, you know, use your camera's audio.
Which you can. Like,
Absolutely.
I've made countless videos with my phone, not
I'm
using
sure everybody's seen a billion of them.
audio,
Right.
and it's fine. It's done more than fine. So if you don't have any money to spend, that works. Just make sure you are close to it, you are speaking into it, and you are not in an echoey room.
Or a large area or by like traffic or something like that.
Yeah, if you go
Think
out,
of the things around you.
it's more difficult if you're going to go outside, to be honest, if you're going to do this, because there's going to be a lot of sounds that are going to, it's just going to not sound good. So if you don't have the money to spend on a mic, I would advise shooting inside of your house.
Yes. And also things that will help stop echo in a room. Shoot in a room with carpet. If you don't have carpet, maybe throw down some blankets on the ground.
Blanket, towels, whatever.
Yeah, that absorbs the echo and that absorbs the vibrations of your voice. Also, just furniture catches that. Basically, the worst thing you could ever do is just be in an empty room with hardwood floors. And the best thing you could do is be in a room with carpet, things hanging up on the wall, furniture, everything like that, all that absorbing the audio, making it sound fuller, less echoey. So, and if you do have some money to spend on a microphone, they have multiple ones where you can just plug right into like the lightning port of your cell phone or USB-C, whatever kind of phone you have.
I'm going to write some below, but I've done so many videos where I use, there's a brand called Pop on Amazon. You just plug it into your iPhone, smartphone of any kind, and you just put it up your shirt and clips on, and it works very, very well. And I just got one for a friend. It was like $22, and there are some that are even less.
If you have a camera, you can have like maybe the lavalier, like a wireless lavalier, which is good and portable. You can get those for like $300-400.
Those are definitely more like, that's like if you see actors on set, if you're not familiar with it, and they have those like packs, the sound packs, you know, on them that clip in the back. They're all wireless. They work really well. They are pricier.
Yeah, and they get good audio because no matter where the person goes, the microphone stays. What I like more are shotgun mics, a little more expensive. The one we're using right now is about $1,000, and it is amazing. It's called a Rode NTG4 Plus.
Super easy to use. I also do have a shotgun mic that I bought for $300, which is fairly inexpensive. For a shotgun
they
mic.
range all over the place.
And it was great, like very, very high quality, used on a ton of film sets. So that's definitely on the lower end of a shotgun mic. Although on Amazon they have some I've seen from like $80 to $150.
Yeah, some of those might be kind of weird ripoffs, but if you look at companies like Sennheiser or Rode is really good. Rode I think is probably the best right now, like quality for the dollar. Sennheisers can get really expensive, and the cheaper Sennheisers are kind of just garbage. So I think Rhodes are my favorite because sometimes you hear them and you just are blown away. You sound like someone doing ADR, but really it's real audio.
And they are super easy to use because they're just above you, in front of you. They can attach to your camera and you can just move around. Whereas if you have something plugged in, it's a little more difficult to move.
And lastly, in order of importance, is the camera. Honestly, I think that lighting and sound is more important than the camera. So really quickly, from base to pro, I would just say start off with your cell phone.
iPhone,
Definitely.
Samsung, any smartphone, all shoot in 4K. I've shot a ton of stuff on them. There is a great app called Filmic Pro.
Yeah.
I think it's about $10 in the App Store, 15 max, I can't remember. It basically turns your smartphone camera into like a cinema camera. It's really cool. It's lots of settings that your normal camera wouldn't. I've shot stuff on my phone with Filmic Pro and without it, and the stuff with Filmic Pro is a lot better. I don't know what they do, but it just turns your footage into like cinema looking footage.
Yeah, basically it lets you control what your camera does rather than your camera doing it itself. Next up in the line, check out a DJI Osmo Pocket. Those are super duper cool. It's basically a gimbal built into a little camera. It can flip its head. You can do really nice selfies that way. You can do forward, you can do slow motion, 4K. DSLRs, check out like old ones like 5Ds, 5D Mark III has been out for a few years now, so you can get those for under $1,000. Oh, Canon 5D. Also, there's the Sony mirrorless line. If you're into photos too, the Sonys are really great because you do photos and video. Also, check out the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. Seriously,
what I got.
An amazing camera. It doesn't take photos, that's the only downside. Amazing video. Going up, you get the Ursa Mini Pro. Then you got the Sony FS7, blah, blah, blah. Canons, really nice cinema cameras. Reds are amazing. Lexus are nice, but we're talking about, getting in the $100,000 range.
To film at home, you just need your iPhone, or it's simple. You don't need it.
You don't need that.
He'll do a whole other video about cameras.
Yeah, I'll break down cinema cameras later for you. Anyways, that's all we have today. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Hope this helped and gave you some ideas of how to get started filming at home. And if you've already been filming at home, then some ways to spruce it up a little. And yeah, we'll be back with more tips, tricks, and cool stuff.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.